Are you guys
What the fuck?
ready to get this Dunge-On?
I am ready to Dunge-On.
Fuck yeah, Dunge-On.
Okay. So,
I'm gone.
when last we met, we badmouthed Bobby. But for the week
Yes,
before that, we actually played Dungeons and Dragons. And we spent most of that session, well, I mean, we began that session getting our treasure chest stolen by those motherfucking bastards, that furball douchebag that you guys have a vendetta against now.
he gets one punch.
One punch or murdered according to law.
No, well, yeah. If I see him again,
Yeah.
it's on site. It's
So,
on site.
you guys were pissed off, and you also had a prisoner, so you did a little bit of torturing and a little bit of threatening, and you learned a little bit about the Black Lily and Quenthus Alzan, and how there was a mountain stronghold somewhere down in Pyrene. You were in the Kugong Empire that you weren't sure where it was. Otherwise, you were ready to strike that moment, but you let things calm down a bit. You end up getting a letter from Quenthus saying, "Hey, yo, I got your money. If you want to meet with me, I promise you I'll negotiate in good faith. I just want that crown back. You know, peace, Quenthus Olzon." You guys were like, "Well, she's a stupid bitch, and we don't want to give her anything, and she can fucking suck it."
Salt the earth.
Exactly. So let's see how we can fuck her up the most. And you came up with a pretty rad plan, actually, of, well, if we can't have the fucking crown, she can't have the fucking crown, we're going to blow it up. I'm like, all right, cool. You only had a few days before the meeting was set up, so you're like, let's see if we can rush this blow up plan, so we can show up with empty handed, and we ain't even got nothing. Well, to get that underway, Lucius was like, I know what we can do. We can go do some research on a ritual to blow up the crown. We just need to access some of that secret knowledge that we left back in Tristan's tower, or Ullrich's tower. And you guys were like, well, we know the teleportation sigil over there. We could just teleport in, do a quick, research, and then get out of there. So you zap in. Who was it again? It was Lucius, it was Raph, and Geo, the three wizardies.
Yep.
Yeah. And you guys poured in, and you're like, wait a second, this shit looks a little bit different than where we left it. It looks like someone's been here. It scooped up a lot of the books about secret knowledge, maybe about accessing other planes and, other ways to gain immortality other than the Philosopher's Stone. But he did kind of leave some of the Philosopher's Stone stuff around, and your old notes had just kind of been crumpled up and thrown on the ground. And you had also discovered that he had left a note for you saying, oh, hey, I see you came back, and if you come back this time, I'm going to fucking kill you. And you guys were like, oh, shit. We didn't believe it last time, but we believe it this time. And you ran up the stairs to go gather the books that you wanted to gather. You scooped them up, and you decided, we got our fucking teleportation stone. We're going to port out of here. Unfortunately, you forgot that it was charged to the tower, and you just teleported back to the tower. On your second attempt to get out of there, poof, it didn't work. So you ran back down all the stairs that you had just ran up, and you had just come down, you just ran up. So you'd gone up and down them like 3 times. You're out of the tower, running through the field with your books in your arms, a couple loose sheets flying over your head as you run away, hoping that Tristan doesn't appear behind you and shoot you with, laser beams out of his magic staff. But you do get into the woods, and Kawa pops out and says, I can handle this. You guys look like you need a little bit of help. And Kawa was able to get you back to the ship safely. That adventure was a little bit spooky, and you thought you might have got caught up, but it looks like you got away from Tristan this time. And with the books that you got, the 3 of you did a little bit of research, and you came up with a ritual to destroy the crown. Unfortunately, the ritual called for a couple other resources that weren't immediately at hand, and without a lot of time and a burnt out teleportation gem, you kind of were left with only one option, which was to go to the meeting with Quenthus Alzon. You decided, hey, let's hear her out. We'll at least hear what she's got to say. At the very least, we can just walk away and tell her to fuck off. Sure enough, you opened up with a lot of shouting at her, telling her that you guys were awesome and it was your crown and she's dumb, things like that.
You could say you're as old and cool as you want, lady,
Yeah.
but we've got the crown and you don't.
Yeah.
We're super committed to our own bit, like to how cool we are and how cool we think we are.
There was some
We
back
might
and
just tell it,
forth.
dude.
I mean, most people that works on a lot of people for you guys, right? Like,
Yeah.
you guys you've gotten where you've gotten by playing that particular shtick. Although it seemed like she had maybe seen that kind of shtick before, and also she wasn't buying all your bravado. She had bravado of her own, but she also had clear intentions that became more clear through the negotiation, that she didn't really have any intentions to use the crown for anything. She kind of just wanted it out of your hands because you guys seem like you're reckless, and she just wanted it somewhere safe. And y'all proposed to her a compromise of, well, if you don't want it in anybody's hands, well, why don't we just blow it up, then nobody can have it. She thought you were a bunch of fools at first, but you guys were like, no, we're serious. And she was like, well, shit, if you're actually going to blow up the crown and, you're not trying to pull one over on me so I can, get some witnesses on this event and make sure it actually happens, then, she's on board. And I think the agreement was that she would give you back your money. Of course, that's what you guys want, as long as you guys blew up this crown. You made a request at the time that maybe you could use some extra help from some magic users. And she had agreed that, at a later moment when you guys had decided you wanted to destroy the crown, that she would send some witnesses and some magic users to wherever you were doing it to help you out. And I think that's kind of where we left off last day, is you guys had ended the meeting with Quinthus with sort of a handshake saying, you both parted ways. You guys still have the crown. She still got your money, but you're agreed to meet again at a future date to blow up the crown and then finish the deal. And that's where we left off.